Here is the best point guards tier list in 2K23. So let me know what you guys think about the webcam on the tier list as well. I'm trying something a little bit new, and we also got some lights popping up in the front just to give a little bit of vibe. So either way, I don't quite remember exactly all of the jumpers for all of these cards. There's a lot of new ones, so we're just gonna go through and continue our way. Hard pass tier, here we go. Lionel Hollins, Jay Humphries, Norm Nixon, what is it, Rory Sparrow, Norm Nixon. It's I guess a decent little set of cards. Obviously it's 3 golds, 1 emerald. I just don't think they're all of that crazy. Like, these guys are alright, but I mean, do you really pick up a PG for one of these guys? Pick them up as a PG and say, hey, this is who I'm running. I think all of them kind of have some redeeming qualities, but they're gold cards at the end of the day. You're probably not running them too much unless you really have to. Our solutions here, though, we have Alan Lavelle, Steve Kerr, Scott Skiles, Ricky Green, and Mark Jackson. I will say this one's a bit of an interesting tier. Scott Skiles is actually a really good playmaker, can really set some things up for you, especially as a Ruby. Alan Lavelle actually has some pretty good playmaking as well. He's super quick. Was really nice. He doesn't really have shooting. Steve Kerr is like a really good shooter, but the card just felt really clunky. To me, it kind of feels more like a Klay Thompson type, where you want to be like that off-ball catch and shoot kind of guy, but just doesn't provide any sort of defense like Klay. So that's kind of tough. Ricky Green and Mark Jackson are pretty solid cards, but I'm not really, like, I guess, jumping out of my socks really use either of these guys. I think they're solid, but they're nothing crazy. They're just good. We do have our pretty damn solid tier, though, which is started off with Ruby, John Morant, and Damian Lillard. Both of these are base set cards, and I figured I'd include them. Chauncey Billups, Trey, Terry Rozier, and Rajon Rondo. So with John and Damian Lillard, obviously they're both base set cards, so there can't be like too crazy of stats for them, but there can still be I guess some redeeming qualities on a lot of these. So Ja obviously has been one of the best cards in the game, if we're being honest, just because this guy has crazy good slashing. He's 6'3", 6'7" wingspan, so a decent size for a PG. Obviously no defense, which is a bit tough, but an 89 dropping dunk, a 74 shot rate, 82 midi. He is missing a few badges, but I think with his great finishing and great playmaking, he can kind of still fit here. And he has his Ja jumper on quick. All Ja's do. He's a great dribble style and motion style. He has some pretty good dribbling. I think for a Ruby, he can fit there. And then we got our man Damian Lillard, who's also, I would say, a pretty damn good card. Lillard also has his jumper on quick, which I think is huge right now. Has his Lillard dribble style and motion style. He also has some pretty crazy shooting and playmaking, and his finishing's solid. Obviously, as you would expect, a Damian Lillard card early in the year does not have a defense, but everything else about him, I would say, is pretty damn good. And just kind of fun. So I don't know, I decided to leave him in here, and we can go with it. Chauncey Billups is Sapphire is a surprise card, I think, to many. This guy 6'3", 6'6" wingspan, has a dynamic duo with Ben Wallace, which actually makes him a bit better. He only has bronze badges, but it's because he has an 88 perimeter, 80 shot 3, 85 speed. He's literally good all around besides dunking. And he's actually pretty damn crazy. If you get this little coach boost with him as well, you'll even get even better defense, playmaking, and shooting. So honestly, not bad, and I've actually seen some people cook up with this Chauncey Billups, so he gets a nod for me. Next was a really hard one for me to rank in Trae Young. Trae is an interesting one to me because obviously, like, Trae is here because he can shoot. He's 6'1", 6'3" wingspan. He has absolutely no defense, but he's got the Desmond Bane jumper on quick. There's no longer a Trae jumper, which I found weird because I love a Trae's jumper last year. He has the default small layup package, which is actually pretty good. Same as Victor Oladipo. Obviously, his Trae dribble styles are always really good, and he's obviously going to be a knockdown shooter. He comes with silver range, silver guard up, silver Deadeye, silver Agent 3s, has bronze quick for a step. He's a good card. He's great offensively. So I'm leaving him in there because if I'm being honest, most guys aren't even stopping the drive to the basket anyway, so I think Trey will be okay. Next is Terry Rozier. He's actually a really, really good shooter. Obviously, has his Rozier jumper, and it's actually really good. I've actually been a massive fan of Scary Terry this year. I really don't know. I honestly don't know what it is, but I've had a lot of fun with him. Next, we got our man Rajon Rondo. Now, Rondo, you know, he's got defense, and he's just kind of average everywhere else, but he's a really good playmaker, really good defender. He can finish a little bit. He's not really going to be the greatest at shooters for us, but at least it's a Rajon Rondo card, and at least he has some defense, unlike some of the other guys that we got on the list. So I think he does have redeeming qualities in that aspect. I think some people can have some fun with him, and I do have the card myself. I just don't think he's all that crazy. And if you're not going to have, like, I don't know, the best at shooting. You kind of want to be like a Ja Morant guard, but you're insane at finishing right now, which is super valuable. So I don't know. I'm not a massive fan of Rondo. Our baby demons here. Our A tier is Marcus Smart, John Stockton, Brandon Jennings, Ja Morant, BJ Armstrong, Tim Hardaway, Steve Nash, Stephen Curry, Ricky Rubio, and Mike Bibby. And there's a lot of reasons for these guys. So Marcus Smart, I would say just like a step up for Rondo. He does have a very slow release, which is why I didn't put him up in the demons. And some people may disagree with me with that, but I really like this Marcus Smart card. I think he's super solid. I think he's super fun. And that defense really helps, but that slow jumper, it's baited. It just doesn't really help you get open in too many scenarios. John Stockton, I think this guy is absolutely insane. Again, it's another one of the cards that I have, but with Stockton, he doesn't really have too much ability to dunk. He can finish pretty well, but he is prone to get blocked. And they didn't give John Stockton clamps to start off, which is really weird, which is also why he's not in the demons. I feel like he could be super strong, but because of that, he gets held back just a little bit. Brandon Jennings is a great offensive guy. They obviously didn't give him the greatest of dribbling for some reason. They just don't really love Brandon Jennings. But the guy's just an offensive masterpiece. Ja Morant, great evo card. Probably one of my favorites cards to slash. And you can also boost up his shooting if you are feeling like you need to. I'm going to look at actually what the quick differences are for anybody that is debating using this Ja Morant. If you actually go up on defense, you will get up to an 85 perimeter. He will get bronze clamps, glove, and menace, and he's just a great card in general. Has a great driving dunk, and he's still gonna be a capable shooter, and he's really fast. If you go to shooting evo, you'll get a bit better shooting. You'll get bronze agent threes, bronze guard up, but you'll still have the great finishing and stuff like that. But obviously, his defense is gonna be kind of tough. I personally went with a defensive evo, and I think that's better. Because even as a 73 shot three, you can still time it pretty well, especially with the jaw jumper on quick, and still have some fun with him while having that crazy good finishing. So that's kind of how I'm ranking him on here, but all around a great card. BJ Armstrong was the next guy that everybody was kind of talking about having some fun with. You know, BJ Armstrong, 6'2", 6'5" wingspan, and I've heard a lot of mixed reviews on him. Has the Nerlens Noel jumper, but it has Hall of Fame Mini Magician and Unpluckable, which are crazy badges right now. Sadly, doesn't really have the defense, despite having 85 perimeter and no dunking as well, but 90s in the speed. I couldn't really take it away from him because he does have, you know, two of the best badges, if not the best badge in the entire game right now for finishing. If you don't have Bully and Slithery and Fearless, as well as Pro Touch. So if you time your own layups, this BJ Armstrong is a great card. Next, we got Tim Hardaway. Tim Hardaway is a shorter guy, but he is so good at everything. I was actually surprised at how good this Tim Hardaway card was. Really solid. 6'3" wingspan, has Hall of Fame ankle breaker, clamp breaker, dimer, handles for days, killer combo, quick first step, unpluckable, glove, and interceptor, as well as a giant slayer, an 86 shot three, 95 perimeter, 96 on the speed. And you can add clamps and challenger if you want to. Has the Patty Mills jumper on the normal timing as well. Patty Mills is like the new base 98, which is crazy. You can add up really any badge you want. So honestly, I think Tim Hardaway is getting a little slept on. Yes, he is 6 foot, but the guy's nasty. Next is Steve Nash, kind of good at everything you would expect him to be. He's obviously got no dunking, but he has great playmaking, great shooting. It just feels pretty smooth in your hands. He's going to be a good card. Next, we have the only step that isn't going to be in the top tier, just because everything about him is great. He just doesn't have the badges to back it up. And even compared to the other Amethyst step that's in packs, he's 159 less stats. That's not what we're looking for. Ricky Rubio, surprising me, really great all around. Usually Rubio cards are just kind of like playmaking guys who can play a little bit of defense and finish. But this one actually has some really good shooting. His jumper is actually pretty fast, and the playmaking, obviously being what it is awesome. Honestly, I think this Rubio is kind of nice, and I kind of wish I got him over Xavier McDaniel. But either way, next we have a Diamond to Mike Bibby, another card who I think is maybe a little bit slept on just because people aren't, I guess, searching for him. I need to go to his cards just to double check. Has the Goran Dragic jumper on normal, which I'm assuming is kind of going to be similar to base 22. Has Ja Morant, dribble style, stuff like that. Hall of Fame Unpluckable and Floor General. Maybe one of the only cards with Hall of Fame Floor General right now, which is really cool. Has the Gold Pick Dodgers, a bunch of good gold playmaking badges, finishing badges, and things like that. 88 shot 3, 89 speed, 84 perimeter. It's a good driving layup. Good dribble style. He's a good card. Is he worth all the grind you got to get in domination? Maybe not, but he still is a good card. And then, last but not least, our top tier, we got Jeremy Lin, Ja Morant, Derrick Rose, Steve Francis, Stephen Curry, and Russell Westbrook. This top tier, I think, was really easy for me to rank, at least compared to the other ones. We got, obviously, my man Jeremy Lin, who I think is super nice, has a great dribble style, has a great jumper, just does everything really well. He's a beast. Obviously, if we have the Ruby Ja Morant here, we have to put the Pink Diamond up a little bit higher. Pink Diamond Ja is a beast, 6'3", 6'7" wingspan. Obviously, Hall of Fame quick first step, which is huge. Has Hall of Fame fast twitch, fearless, limitless takeoff, and posterizer. Even has gold challengers, which I think can make up for the fact that he doesn't have clamps as a little bit. Obviously has that crazy good finishing with a 95 driving dunk, has an 86 perimeter, has Hall of Fame catch and shoot, silver guard up, silver dead eye, and an 86 shot three, still with his Ja Morant jumper on quick, all the same dribbling moves. He is one of the best PGs in the entire game. Next is Derrick Rose, who I kind of view as similar to Ja Morant. Doesn't have as fast of a jumper, but basically does everything well. Slightly worse on the defensive end, though. And then we got my man, Steve Francis. I gotta type him in just so I remember what animations he's got. Steve Francis, 6'3", 6'6" wingspan, Hall of Fame mini magician, angle breaker, handles for days, hyperdrive, killer combos, fearless, giant slayer, limitless takeoff, posterizer, fast twitch, great offensively. Steve Francis jumper as well. The Ja Morant dribble style has the old Scotty behind the back and the John Wall layup package. Essentially, 86 shot three, 95 speed ball, 96 driving dunk, and an 85 perimeter. And you can add clamps and challengers. It's a pretty damn good card. And then we get the three steps. I honestly kind of view them all in the same light. Obviously, each tier going up is better. You want Diamond Steph, you want Pink Diamond Steph over the Amethyst and the Diamond. You get what I'm saying. But Steph, in my opinion, right now has the cleanest release in my team of the cards that we can pick up. Has great dribbling moves. That Curry slide is still just as good as it's always been. Yes, the Pink Diamond does have bronze clamps and is pretty good defensively, but the other two are kind of lackluster. But it doesn't matter. Steph's one of the best PGs in the game. And last but not least is Pink Diamond Russell Westbrook, who actually has an argument for being the best point guard and maybe even the best overall trophy case guard in the entire game. 10 Hall of Fame badges, volume shooter, clamp breaker, timer, and quick first step. Acrobat, fast twitch, fearless, giant slayer, limitless takeoff, and posterizer, gold bully, gold slithery, gold clamps, menace, and challenger, 95 driving dunk, 78 shot three, a 98 speed, has the Santi Aldama jumper. I don't know why he doesn't have a Westbrook jumper anymore, but that's what it is. And the Westbrook layup package and dunk package. This guy is the easiest to score with card in the game because you just get the ball in his hands and run to the basket, and he's going to be doing whatever the hell he wants in there. And then he's got great defense, a pretty solid enough jumper. You can add agent threes, you can add guard up, you can add limitless range as well if you want to. Please add vice grip as well and add glove. And this guy is one of the best guards in the entire game, if not the best PG in the entire game. Westbrook is crazy. So let me know what you guys think about the list down in the comment section below. Is there somebody that I didn't rank that you wanted to see? But remember, these are primary lists, so if it's like Jaden Ivey, he's technically a shooting guard by these lists. That's just how it works, simpler doing it that way. But let me know down in the comments. Subscribe if you guys are new. Hope you have a great rest of your day, and I will see you in the next video.